Every character is a lab character. No. Nope. That's wrong. I mean, how could you even say that? Every character is a lab character. I'm not even going to counter argue. That's just completely wrong. But thank you so much, like, for the support, guys. Only XPM, Boboman, the Cruzan, Sir Lemmy, Don Presses Buttons, and many more. Like, thank you very much. It's super appreciated. It's like calling every character a lab character. Like, are we playing the same game? Like, compare like Brian, for example, to Ling Xiaoyu. Brian is a character like most people don't have that much trouble with. Okay, I gotta look out for the Snake Edge and the Orbital. He has a couple of strings I have to learn. And then Xiaoyu. I mean, if you don't know exactly what to do against that character, it's over. Like, there is literally zero comparison here. And it's like, and all the data we have on this, like, Tag 2, why was everyone playing Eddie and Xiaoyu? Why did we see those characters all the time? Why do I see yellow and orange rank Xiaoyus without fundamentals, but when I see a Brian at orange ranks, he always has super strong fundamentals? Whoa, what do you think? And now, of course, you're gonna give me an emotional argument where you're like, "No, you're wrong, wrong! Xiaoyu is very, very..." It's like, I've seen this too much, you know? I've played a lot of games online. Like, I know what it is. And I just want to stress again, like, you might think that a Watch Mojo list doesn't say anything, but there's actually this, but what it does say is this confirmation that all the casuals who play Tekken, and this, I hear this from people who play Tekken, but, you know, I talk to them about the game and they are not into the scene, you know, it can be just a casual acquaintance and they're like, "Oh, I play Tekken." I'm like, "Oh, cool. Yeah, I play Tekken 3 or I play Tekken 5. And isn't he broken, that capoeira guy? You just press the kick buttons?" I mean, it's a very common theme with casuals that they think the game is broken because the capo is too good. And I mean, that is like completely unarguable. The position that capo is not broken in beginner and intermediate gameplay. He is. He's so hard to get around. I mean, if you don't have the movement and the absolute knowledge, it's impossible. And the execution to crouch cancel and punish, it's and like, I'd rather listen to the millions of people who play Tekken rather than the top 20 players or top 100 players in the world who say, "Oh no, capo is not broken, I can punish him perfectly." Yeah, because you've played 7 hours per day for 5 years. Most people don't do that. Like, you gotta keep it in perspective. If I ever meet Harada, and I hope I do someday, and maybe I could ask him a couple of questions, I'm gonna ask him what no one apparently has asked him. Like, why in the game do you have such a huge discrepancy between the characters? Like, you like to put in these characters that are easy to use, like Claudio, who has like the most insane hop kick. And just ask him, like, why do you put in that sort of stuff that people who are like beginner and intermediate have like the hardest time to counter? And hopkick spam just works so well in beginner and intermediate ranks. I mean, just think about it. I've been playing Brian on and off since Tekken 4. With a blood, sweat, and tears, I got Brian to Savior. Just a few days ago. Claudio, I needed 2 sessions to get him to Genbu. Like, am I on to something here, or am I just talking out of my ass? I don't think I am talking out of my ass. There's a trend here where you have a couple of characters with super strong gimmicks. You need very little work to do well with them. But you need a tremendous amount of knowledge and execution to counter them. And that's why those characters are very popular. And I'm sorry, but I've never had a good counter argument here. I've never had anyone say anything other than get good, you suck. And it's like, so that's your standard. I suck, and it's okay. It's fine if, in your opinion, I suck. I mean, I don't really care. But what you are saying is that everyone who is at my level and beneath my level sucks in your eyes. And now you're talking about 99.99% of Tekken players. They all suck in your eyes, and they shouldn't have an opinion here. They should just be silent, preferably. And to me, that's the most elitist douchebaggery possible. Let's make the game playable for everyone, you know, so everyone can really enjoy it, rather than all the time making sure the pro players have something good and cool to play around with. And I think that's the big problem with Tekken and why it doesn't do as good as Street Fighter. Because in Street Fighter you don't have characters that, you know, just completely break the boundaries in the game to the point where you have to research them for, you know, I mean weeks before you can counter them. That's basically my opinion and argument when it comes to this. And I've said this plenty of times before, and I feel like no one has ever been able to give me a good argument here to think differently. All I get is the get good and you suck. And that's a very bad argument. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like my opinion, and that's fine, but I would just so love to hear a good counter argument. It would be an interesting debate, but I'm the only one. I don't know, I feel like I'm the only streamer who holds this opinion. But if I ever meet Harada, I do want to ask him about, I mean, when you introduced Eddie in Tekken 3, why did you design him that way? What did you feel when people said that he was broken? Like, but maybe he only listens to the hardcores. I mean, who obviously, and of course, don't feel Eddie is broken because they know perfectly how to counter him. And Eddie is not broken on high-level play. I mean, it's a lot of work to play Eddie against someone who counters him well. Yeah, of course it's good to put easy mode characters in the game, Joker. I completely agree. But, like, to what extent? It's like Claudio's hop kick. I mean, pick Claudio and destroy everybody in green ranks by just doing hop kick into hop kick. Hop kick, hop kick, hop kick. Crushes everything, super fast, and most people in green ranks, they don't punish hop kicks on reaction. They have a very hard time with that. It's like they get completely destroyed. And it's like, And I don't understand the hop kicks being minus 13. I mean, like it or not, this is an online game today. Most people play Tekken online. How many people play this offline? This is an online game now. And then you have these hop kicks that are super good. And they're just minus 13. And then you add some lag on that. Like, oh, it's a 4 bar. Oh, it's a 3 bar. And Claudio's hop kick becomes like the biggest motherfucking monster you've ever fucking seen. Claudio's hop kick on a 3 bar connection, it's like, oh my lord, the best move ever in a Tekken game. And that's why I just have a hard time with some of the balanced decisions in Tekken. Like,
love the content. Keep it up.
Thank you, Bobo Man. Thank you very much. The super kind donation. Like, you guys are going to bring me to tears. Thanks a lot, dude. It's so appreciated. Girlfriend says thanks as well. I can hear her. Say thanks! No, I'm not describing a flattening of the game. I just wish they would remove all of this super high level execution, you know, to punish some moves. Like, it's like a lot of the Eddie stuff, you know, when he does that flip into, you all know what I'm talking about, up forward 3 into mix-up. He does a jumping spin kick into either low or mid launch. It's a 50-50. To punish the low properly...
I agree with you, Adrian. Hope we could have session on PS4 one day. I need a master. Cheers, bro.
Okay. I should rant more often on stream. The fuck? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, God. I mean, I've already, like, gotten insane amounts of support this stream, like more than anyone should get, honestly. And then I just start ranting, and for fuck's sake. Well, thank you very much, Marty Romero. What can I say? Like, when a man gives another man that many sandwiches, what can the first man say other than, will you be my man? Jeez. Yeah, just thank you very much, man. Yeah, I mean, there is no good thing I can say here. Thank you. Like, thank you all so much, guys. Fuck me. Thank you very much, Marty Romero. Thank you. Bobo Man, big thanks to you as well. And Only XPM. Yeah, fuck me. Fuck my ass. What would you do to Claudio's hop kick? So this is very interesting. And this is stuff I've thought about a lot. What I would do with Claudio's hop kick is I would make it minus... I would either make it minus 15 and I would adjust his lows a bit to compensate so that he doesn't have that ridiculously over-the-top move. So I would make it minus 15 and it keeps the crushing, and I would just improve his lows a bit. Or I would keep it at minus 13, but I would nerf the range. It can keep its insane crushing attributes, but less range, because right now it just hits way too far. and you can do it from a couple of steps away as a keep out, and people, it can even hit on block, and people can't reach with their punish because the range is so long. So if you really abuse the range, you can versus some characters have like a completely safe hop kick. And it's just this stuff, you know, with Xiaoyu, like, and it's complete. I completely agree when people say, why should we remove Xiaoyu? She's so original. She really brings out, she gives the game more color. And I agree. Like, I wouldn't want every character to be the same. And Xiaoyu is very interesting. But when it comes to some of her stuff, like the Kali roll, I'm like, why does it crush as much as it does? Why is it only -11? And why can she do a back-turned parry that launches after that? A back-turned punch parry. And why does her Art of Phoenix crush so much? Why is so many of her flips safe? Like, for free. It's like, these characters are just too strong versus people who are beginner and intermediate. Yeah, I just think either shorten the range or the -15, well, in my eyes, at least make it, I mean, punishable. Fairly punishable for... I mean, the hop kick is fine as it is today in high level of play. I just think that in lower and intermediate, it's too strong. So I would either shorten the range or make it -15. And I think that at -15, it would still be a very viable move. If you buff his lows a bit. As he is right now in high level play, you can't make the hop kick -15. It would be completely useless. So you would have to adjust some of his other stuff. I'm just saying his hop kick is completely ridiculous. It's too much in my eyes. Yeah, make electric hit lying opponents lying down. No, but it's. I don't want it to sound like I want these characters to be removed, because I don't. They bring a nice flair to the game. It's just I hear my brother Valle used to really love Tekken. Yakag, what's up? Poor Lars. Dark Gunner, thank you very much for resubscribing. 21 times. My sweet Dark Gunner. So I just wanted to once again share the story of my brother Valle, who's played Tekken since he was 2 years old. He's 24 today. But he stopped playing Tekken after Tekken 6. He really didn't like Tekken 6. When he saw Alisa and Lars, he was like, well, this isn't Tekken anymore. And he really dislikes those characters. Like, he really tried to play Tekken 7. He really liked Tekken 7. But then he went into ranked, and I mean, it looked like what it looks like for most people. He went to green ranks, and it's pretty much Lily, Eliza for some reason he encountered a lot, and Capos and Lynx and Bob, and yeah, I mean, that sort of stuff. And he just hates it, you know, when you have these characters who built into their moves, you have a lot of movement. You have flips, you have backdashes into punch, you have rolls, you press a button and the character automatically sidesteps and does 3 punches. Whereas, you know, when he played Tekken, you didn't have those sorts of moves. It was like, if you wanted to do a backdash into an attack, a move that backdashed into attack, you had to do that manually. You did a backdash and then you did a roundhouse kick. It was very martial arts. Whereas today we see a lot of characters where it resembles more an anime. Like, imagine Eliza in like Tekken 4. Do you know how retarded that would look? I mean, everyone would just be like, what is this? Like, what the fuck is going on? Everyone else is like very down to earth, you know. It looks like a proper fist fight, you know. But then you have these characters where they just fly around the screen and just and you have to know exactly when to hit, because if you don't, they are going to crush and launch you. And it just goes back to this point, like, most people don't want to sit in practice mode and lab a character for God knows how long, you know? And Tekken is so complicated, you know, you have, 40 characters, and they each have 100 moves, and all of those moves have these different properties. Like, how much does this crush? What does it do on counter it? Is it steppable? Does it have a follow-up? You know, it's just insane how much it is to learn in this game. And I just realized in 2015 was the year I realized, now everyone's wrong who's saying get good, because I just saw JDCR lose to a capo. I bit my tongue. JDCR went to Brazil, I think, right? And he played against Abel del Maestro, who's a very competent player, for sure. And he played double capo in Tag 2. And he wrecked JDCR with the double capos. No one ever beat JDCR in Tag 2, in tournament. That wasn't, you know, Korean. No one beat him, but he lost to a double capo. So yeah, there is something to that. JDCR also lost to a Devil Jin and to a Jack. What's the point? The point was that to beat that type of Korean player, the one chance we have in the US, Europe, and that sort of thing is in Tag 2. It was playing capos. You know, he had a very hard time with that matchup. You can watch the vid on YouTube. He has a very hard time doing the punishes and stuff. I mean, all I'm saying is an American or European Mishima player will never ever beat JDCR or Kudans with a Mishima. It's impossible. But can a European capo or Xiaoyu beat them? That could happen one day. I could see that happening. But not with the characters that are just hardcore skill, where it's all about movement and execution. We can't beat them when it comes to that. We need the tricks. That's all I'm saying.